Hey guys, Skrub here, and today I'd like to talk about MLG Call of Duty, and MLG in general, not just Call of Duty, League of Legends, the whole eSports scene, the whole shebang. Um, I was watching a movie on Netflix, and it's called All Work, All Play, and it's talking about a bunch of different League of Legends teams, and it's just a really interesting documentary. And it's made in 2015, so it's fairly recent, fairly new. Um, it's 5 in the morning right now, but I felt like right now is a good time to make a commentary because I'm just feeling good right now. Just feeling good. I was about to hit the sleep, and I just got on Netflix and started watching this documentary, and it just kind of fired me up to make a commentary about it. Now, esports is expanding. Whether you're a fan of it, whether you're not, whether you're neutral about it, esports is expanding. And there are many people against it who are like sports fans, like football fans, baseball fans, things like that. And the reason they're against these kind of things is because their sport, like let's say football or baseball, it's way more physical than Major League Gaming. And Major League Gaming, I'll admit, is not very physical. But it makes sense as a sport, and it has a fan base like a sport would. And I mean, it's very competitive, just like the NFL. You got last second Hail Marys, just like in the NFL. You got amazing clutches, crazy comebacks. You have your blowouts, you have your shutouts, and games that just come down to the wire. You have all of it. It's very competitive. It's very intense. You got your announcers, which are just like sports announcers. You got everything, man. And even if you get big enough in the MLG scene, it can be used as a full-time job, just like the NFL, just like the NBA, just like baseball, blah blah blah. And I think it should be regarded as a sport. Whether it does make its own category, esports, I do think it should be regarded as a sport. And most people that are against it are hardcore sports fans, and they've never played a game. They've never watched MLG. They've never really cared for gaming at all. They think it's, dumbing kids down today. It's screwing up our whole generation, that kind of thing. And I'm not trying to start a war with anybody. I'm not against sports fans. I mean, I'm not against football fans. I'm not against people like that. I'm fine with all of them. I watch football sometimes myself, honestly. But I just think that esports is growing, and it's escalating, and it's getting bigger, and it's not getting smaller. And what they were talking about in the video is getting discovered, so to speak, in the esports scenario, or in the esports scene, is just as hard as the NFL or the NBA. And that really got me to thinking, what does the NFL have and the NBA have that the MLG team, or that the MLG scene doesn't have? And that's the ability to see records of people without them having to be a big person in the community. If you're a streamer and you're like a freaking god at Call of Duty, but you just started streaming and things like that, you're probably not going to get discovered very quickly. Chances are you being seen by Hastro or any of the other team owners. I just know Hastro from Envy. The chances of you being seen by Hastro or something like that are very slim. Because you're just starting out, but you're a great player at Call of Duty, You could be in the pro scene, you do GBs all the time, things like that, you kick some ass, but the chances of you being discovered when you're just starting out like that are very slim. What the NFL and the NBA have, they have the college scene and the high school scene, They can see somebody before they go into the NFL, or the NBA. They can see a guy who scored 1,000 points in one season, or not one season, that'd be ridiculous, 1,000 points in his whole NBA, or in his NCAA career or whatever. They can see that and they can go, wow, he scored 1,000 points in his college career. We can draft him. Then they get into the draft, they pick him, he's on the team, he becomes a superstar. MLG doesn't have that. If MLG had that draft, that'd be amazing, because then we could see players, let's say I go to college or whatever, which I'm hoping to do. I go to college and there's an MLG team. I play for the MLG team. I get, I play really well. I get seen by Envy. They recruit me. And that would help a lot with getting players discovered in the MLG scene. And it wouldn't take much, because honestly, the fan base for it college-wise probably, and even state-wise if they do state teams, that'd be nice. It probably wouldn't take too much money to get started because they don't need that big of a stadium. They need a stadium to fit some people, like two little booths and some big screens. That doesn't sound like it'd cost much. I have no idea if it would. Doesn't sound like it'd cost much. They don't need football-sized stadiums because there's not that many fans state-wise. Like, let's say if Missouri had an MLG team, probably wouldn't fill as many seats as a Kansas City Chiefs game. Probably not. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that the Chiefs have a bigger fan base than Missouri's Call of Duty fan base. But it would be nice to see that kind of statewide thing. You know, you'd see rivalries like, I can't really think of any rivals off the top of my head, except for maybe the Steelers and the Bengals. Those guys seem to always go at it. Maybe like the Patriots and the Broncos, I don't know. The Seahawks and some of the else. I don't know. I don't know very many rivalries. But you get to see rival games. You get to see like Envious and Optic going at it. I mean, it would just be awesome. So you get to see like Missouri's team going against, I don't know, California's team or something like that. You get to see those intense games and those clutch moments and the disappointment or the amazing victory, whatever. You get to see all that, and it'd be awesome. As of right now, there's only national events and things like that, and there's only a few teams. I heard in the video, and in the movie, and I'm not sure how outdated this is or anything. It was from 2015, but it said that like out of all the people in America, only 50 of those get to be MLG League of Legends players. 50, that's not much, dude. That isn't much. If they had this college thing, and if they had the draft from college and things like that, if they had statewide teams, there'd be so many more MLG players. There'd be more opportunities for, MLG players to get jobs, and it'd be awesome. And if they had MLG in colleges and in high school and things like that, they could make MLG Call of Duty scholarships, and it'd be the same thing as a football player scholarship or something like that. They get to join on a scholarship because they play video games. And again, like I said, I know what you're thinking, but football takes more work and things like that. They're the same concepts. You gotta practice for both. Only one is more physical and one is more nerdy, I guess you could say. But they are the same concepts. You just have to agree on that. I mean, they're the same concepts. You have to practice really hard for both of them. And, you try really, really hard to get into the scene of both of them if you're a hardcore fan of it. And MLG gaming scholarships would be crazy. I mean, it'd just be like an NFL scholarship, but an MLG gaming scholarship. And you give a chance for people who are really nerdy and not very physical to get those. However, if they're that nerdy, they probably wouldn't have any trouble getting into college. Esports is expanding. We just have to accept that. And I think these would be amazing changes to see in the distant or near future. I mean, it's not going to be this year, but maybe in the next few years. That'd be nice. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this commentary. Leave a like if you did. Comment what your thoughts are on this. I might have missed some topics, I don't know. But gameplay's coming to an end here. Ending pisses me off, though.